It's December 10th, 2010 here in Concord, New Hampshire, and today we're going to do a follow-up short video on the ROSE Cottage Project. Since we've completed this week, a few days ago, the first phase of our site construction work, which basically was to get the 700-foot driveway constructed, the clearing of the lot done, and some basic grading at the home site for work that will resume in the spring of 2011. We'll enter our next phase, and we have a balmy 10-degree morning here in sunny Concord. And if you recall back to our first site video, which was video number 2 for the project, you'll remember that we had a fairly thick cover here at the entry, and we're dealing with a fairly steep slope up the city street, which required a little extra work here at the entry in terms of dealing with runoff and city requirements, both a cut into the side hill, which picks up a lot of groundwater coming down off the hill. So we have a little extra rock and some catch basin work that was required to meet the city's requirements, as well as on the downside here, an outlet structure that's heavily armored in rock with provisions for both energy dissipation and any possible sediment that may come out of that the catch basin doesn't collect. We'll take a walk down our driveway. I call it a driveway, it's more like a road, from the standpoint that we made a decision early on to oversize the driveway from a 12-foot wearing course to essentially an 18-foot wearing course, really to allow two-way traffic in and out of the site, both for practicality of the construction, long-term use of the property, but also as a demonstration project. We anticipate that from time to time we'll have a need to be able to coordinate vehicles in and out, and having a 18-foot wide entry is far more practical than what normally would be used for a driveway and one-way traffic. So we'll take a walk down this morning and show you our progress, talk a little bit about what we've done and why we've done it. Here you can, just coming up on the first cross culvert, really simply dealing with the grade changes. And look past our early morning sun here, and you'll see that we have a site that really lends itself to putting in a drive that's transitioning the grade from the right, which is on the high side, and from the historical open field, which will remain as agricultural open space, and to the left, overgrown farmland, which is now fairly heavily wooded right down to the shore of the outlet of the pond. It'll be left equally wooded, and also be within open space use covenants here within the city of Concord. The driveway will be left until the next phase with a simple bank run gravel surface. Eventually that'll turn into a crushed stone gravel surface once the majority of the construction is complete, and we'll let it also have a chance to settle in. We've given ourselves a place here on the high point of the site to get up onto the agricultural land so that that can be maintained and mowed in the future. And again, you might see to the right here that we've got some groupings of ground cover. There's dogwood, there's apple trees, There's autumn olive growth, a lot of secondary growth species that will be left in place and provide a transition zone of cover between the open field and what we're walking onto now, which is the majority of the 2-acre lot, which is left for development, home construction. And here to the west we've got a lower level area that runs about a 20-foot grade separation from top to bottom of our site, from the lower level to the upper level. And it's our challenge to manage the cuts and fills in such a way that we can maximize the use of both an upper level and a lower level, both for construction purposes, home development, recreational use, and septic disposal and well construction, all required out here in what is a fairly rural section of the city of Concord. Just to give you an idea of what we've done on the first phase of this project. This is the way it'll stay. We'll shut down for the winter and then resume some construction activities in the spring. Next thing we plan to do is to come out and construct right about where I'm standing now, looking to the east, crossing the stone wall that will be rebuilt, something we'd probably like to get done sooner than later. And then just to the north of that, we're planning on approximately 30-foot by 36-foot carriage garage as an outbuilding, and designed so that the back portion, the roof line, the wrong roof line that essentially will be north-south, maybe off by 5 degrees, will be our main PV solar collector location. So with that, we will shut this down for the winter and see you all in the spring.